Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Imani here. So today we're gonna be doing my favorite brushes video. We're gonna go from very low end to very high end. I'm gonna do this face with some of my favorite brushes and let you guys know why I use it, show you some dupes for, some of them. I know like what I like from one brand and what I like from another brand. So I'm gonna put that all together for you guys while I do my makeup. If this is your first time watching Luxie, welcome. And if this is not your first time, you already know what it is. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe and put your bell on for notifications. Join the Luxie family. All right. Let's jump into the video. I'm just going in with Hydra Visor, SPF. I'm gonna show you all my favorite brushes while I do my makeup. So I just wanna mention that the Nordstrom anniversary sale is going on right now until August 30th. So one brush company that I'm gonna mention actually is participating in the Nordstrom sale. So I would say now would be a great time to pick it up because those brushes are kind of in the mid-range. So getting it from Nordstrom on sale would be a very good idea. I will have the link in my description box. If anything that I mentioned is sold out, in my description box, I'm gonna put, similar to, or I'm gonna put a similar link in my description box. So let us jump into it. I usually start with my eye. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by showing you guys these brushes from MOTD Cosmetics. This is their I Can't Even brush set. Comes with 7 brushes. One is dual-sided. Yes, these brushes are dirty, y'all, because I use them all the time. I'm gonna link my how I clean my brushes video right above and in the description box. Don't judge your girl. I use these very frequently. I am guilty of not washing my brushes enough. So yeah, I'm trying, but that's the case. Most of the brushes I'm gonna show you are dirty. So I like to go in with a spoolie. This brush is double-sided. There is a angle side here, so I usually go in. All right, so I really like this brush set from MOTD and I'm gonna be switching it up. I have a couple brush sets, okay? So I want to show you this Sigma brush set. Now I don't think they have this exact one anymore because I got this, like, Travis, my husband, got this for me like our first Christmas together. So like the Christmas of 2013, he got this brush set for me. Yo, so I've had this brush set for how long? 7 years, and it's still going strong. Okay, so this is the brush set. They don't have this exact set anymore, but I'm going to link one that is very similar that has a lot of the same brushes in it. Basically, it comes with a really big powder brush, a blush brush or angled brush. I use this for blush. You could probably also use it for bronzer. It comes with like a flat brush like this. Remember when we used to put our foundation on with brushes like this? I think makeup artists probably still do use this, like professional makeup artists. This is my holy grail blending brush. This is the Sigma E40 Yall. If you don't want to get the entire set, but you want to try a brush from Sigma, I would definitely recommend the E40. It is the perfect big fluffy blending brush. I start all my eyeshadow looks with this brush. I don't know, you guys probably have seen it a lot but didn't know that this was it. And then we have this shader brush. This is the E55, also very good, just for eyeshadow on the lid. I'll probably use this for my lid color today. Also have an angled brush. This is the E70. This is actually what I use in my Fenty Snap Shadow video. This is what I put the green on with, so it's green right now. Then I have the E55. This is what I use for my brow bone highlight. I absolutely love this brush. I use it a lot. Then we have E70. I use this to clean up my crease for concealer. E65, I rarely use this because I don't really use gel liner as an angled liner brush. And then we have E30. I usually use this for like inner tear duct. And then last but not least, we have the E05, which is a eyeliner brush. I don't use this much anymore as well because I don't really use gel liner. I prefer liquid liner, like in pen form. That is one of my holy grail brush sets. I feel like Sigma brushes last very, very long. I've had this one for 7 years, y'all, and it's still in a very good condition. The set that I think is closest to this one is called the Essential Brush Set. I don't think it comes with a case. This one came with like a travel case, but I don't think that one comes with a case. So I'm just going to clean up my brows, and I like to use my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And I want to introduce another brush to you guys. You know, MAC used to be holy grail for brushes. If you got your MAC brushes, you were like big in the dance. So I have 3 MAC brushes that I want to feature. And I was really happy when I got this 195 brush because it's angled on both sides. I like to carve out my brows with this as well. So I would either use this or the E70 from Sigma. But this one is just a little bit more precise in my opinion, because it gets like right on the angle of your brows. Before I talk about the other brushes from MAC, I want to go in with this brush. Now, this brush is from a company called RCC Cosmetics, and I can't even remember like where I found this. I feel like back in the day I was looking at YouTube videos looking for like beginner brushes, and I found RCC Cosmetics. I don't know if they are still available. I will put it up on the screen if they are. But this kind of like dual fiber brush that's flat, I like to use to just blend out my shadow here. At the end of the video, I'm gonna go through some brushes that I think you could pick up as a beginner, because I'm like a makeup enthusiast. I used to be a makeup artist, so I would always be looking for like a new brush set. So I have a lot of brushes, so I could, interchange. Like I don't usually use just one brand of brush, but at the end, I want to just talk about like, okay, you're a beginner, just get this set and start building and start practicing. Okay, so let's go back to MAC. The other 2 brushes that I have from MAC are the 224 and the 217. These brushes are iconic, y'all. The 224 used to be like a holy grail for blending, in your transition shade. So now that we're ready to jump into the eyes, I'm gonna be using the Jackie Aina palette. I'm obsessed, y'all. And I'm going in with the Sigma E40 brush. Also, I do the same thing with the Build and Blend brush from MOTD. So, they're similar in shape, but the Sigma one is just a little bit more fluffy. So it really diffuses the color like even more. So if you want a really diffused look, I would say go with the Sigma. And I'm going into the shade Ginger from the Jackie Aina palette. Then I'm gonna go in with edges on the same brush in the same place. Then I have an honorable mention. I only have 1 brush from this company, but this company is called Luxie. This is the small taper blending. This is the Luxie 231. Right here is such a small tapered blending brush. It's like divine. This company is the one that's having a sale on Nordstrom. I definitely recommend these brushes. They're a little bit more expensive, so now would be the perfect time to get it if you're looking for very quality brushes, so you can check them out. The link will be in my description. So I'm gonna take this Luxie 231 and I went into Credit, and it just like blends like a dream. This is also a very sturdy brush. Like even when I wash it, bristles do not come out. Hairs are also super soft, so I could appreciate that. So I have 1 honorable mention for ColourPop. I actually really like ColourPop brushes. This is their medium shader brush. I really like this. It gets that eyeshadow onto your lids like a dream, and you can use them with powder, cream, and even liquid. So I like that. I'm not gonna use this one today, but I wanted to mention it. The brush that I'm gonna be using today is the E55 from Sigma. I love a brush that looks like this. It's very soft, it's short, and is able to really like pack color on if you wanna pack, or even like diffuse color onto your lid. Here are some other examples of shader brushes. These 2 are from the MOTD I Can't Even set. One is a little longer than the other, right? But you could see that these do the same type of job. So I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty Money palette, and I'm gonna go into the shade Flash Money. I just want to get something like very gold, and this is like diffusing that shadow over my lids so beautifully. I also like e.l.f. brushes, but I feel like for a beginner you could do a little better than e.l.f. That's just my opinion. Like the brushes, they don't last very long. So even though I have some, they have tape on them. Like, yo, I am that person. I am that person who is like taping up my brushes because I love them so much. So that's why I kind of don't like to recommend e.l.f. brushes, because they just don't last as long. And you could get something from the drugstore, like from Wet n Wild or even ColourPop, that is inexpensive and lasts long. You know, that's quality. So that's my only qualm about e.l.f. Also, I forgot to mention, I have this brush from Ruby Kisses, which is very similar to the E40 from Sigma. So I would say that this is a really good dupe. This is just called the tapered eyeshadow brush, and I think this brush was like $2 at the beauty supply store, you know, and I've had it for quite a while. It stands up really well. So I just want to say, like, don't sleep on beauty supply store, and also don't sleep on drugstore when it comes to brushes, because sometimes you can find gems in there. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the E60. This is what I use for my brow bone highlight, and I'm just gonna go into Soleil from the Jackie Aina palette. Okay, so my eyes kind of are not finished. I usually put an inner tear duct highlight, and I also sometimes put shadow on my bottom lash line. So I'm gonna be talking to you guys about an Elite brush set, okay? And this is the Elite collection from Artis. I did a collaboration with Artis for this Elite brush set, and I absolutely love it. This Oval 7 brush is like my holy grail for my foundation, my concealer, my powder. It like does it all. But I want to talk about the Circle 1R. I love this for my inner tear duct highlight. It just fits like perfectly right there. I also do a little bit of highlight down my nose, and I could do my Cupid's bow with this as well. Now, these brushes are on the pricier side. Artis is like a luxury high-end brand, and I think they were like the first to come out with these types of brushes. So it's Cosme fiber. That's something that they coined, that they developed. It's super soft, and you know, this really gives you an airbrush look when you use it. Now, this brush set, this 5-piece brush set, is $175. Yes, it is steep. Do I think they're worth it? I think that they're worth it. I think I'm gonna have these brushes probably for my entire life. I'm gonna be able to hand it down to my daughter. Like, I've had this for 7 years, and I think I would probably have this brush set for even longer. I also have the mini palm brush, and I'm gonna try this today with my bronzer just to see. I've been testing it out, you know, with different products to see what I would use this for. This is $55. This is $55. So if you are interested in Artis, I would say give them a try, even if you want to start with just one brush. I really like the Oval 7. There is one called the Oval 8, which is a little bigger than this. I can imagine how quickly you'll be able to do your makeup with it. And I do have a code, the B25, to save 25% off your purchase on buyartis.com. It's going to be in the description box below as well. Okay, I'm going to put my lashes on and I'll be back. Okay, now I'm going to be using the Oval 7 brush. I want to give honorable mention to some other foundation brushes that I absolutely love. I think I have like 2 of these brushes. This is from Real Techniques. Guys, I love Real Techniques brushes. They have a lot of different type of packaging, but this brush is the same. This is the buffing brush. This one just has like body lava on it, so it's kind of clumping together. But these 2 brushes are amazing for foundation. And while we're on the topic of Real Techniques, I'll just show you some other brushes that I also like from them. So I have like 2 of the same brush set, so I have duplicates of the same brush. I really like the contour brush. I usually use this for my under eye powder. I really like the sculpting brush. I use this for my cream contour, so Fenty Beauty Matte Stick. This is my go-to. I really like the setting brush. I usually use this for highlight and, you know, hair and down my nose. I also really love, I believe this is called a blush brush. I love this for my blush. Then one of my holy grail all over powder brushes. This doesn't have a name on it, but I absolutely love this brush. Look at how big the bristles are, and they're so soft. Real Techniques, I think, is a very good drugstore brand for brushes. They also are very, very long lasting. I've had this set for quite some time, and the bristles don't fall out, they don't get onto your face while you're doing your makeup. They're so well made. For this section, I'm not going to go slow. I'm gonna kind of speed through my makeup, but I'm gonna stop and show you what brushes I'm using. For foundation, I'm using Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in the shade 450. You all know the drill. With the Artiste brush, you kind of don't want to put the foundation directly onto the brush. You want to put it on your face first and then just blend it out. Do y'all see how that is just blending like a dream? If I didn't have the entire set, I would just get this brush. And just like that, foundation is done. Then I'm gonna just go in with my Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Brown Sugar T3. So I'm gonna go in with the Oval 4 and I'm just gonna blend that out. This step I would usually do with a beauty blender, but since I got this brush set, I've been using this to do it. What I like about it is it just gives like your under eyes such a airbrushed finish. My thing about the beauty blender is that it does absorb a lot of your product, so it looks a little bit more diffused under your eyes. But when you use this brush, you get the full coverage of the product that you put on. It's not like sucking up any of the product. And when I'm finished kind of blending it out like that, then I go to the outskirts with the bigger brush and just like smooth it down a little bit, right? And then I go in on my nose, right? Then I'm going in with the same brush, y'all, from cream to powder, the Oval 7. I'm gonna go into Patrick's powder and I'm just setting my under eye. Like I said, I'm gonna try the mini palm brush with my bronzer today. So I'm gonna be using Mented in Yacht Life. Okay, it's doing a pretty good job. That's the first time I ever tried to use this with bronzer. I like it. Then I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques brush. For my blush, I'm gonna take Plum Foolery by MAC. This is like a favorite blush of mine. This brush is just so soft. It diffuses the color really, really nicely on your cheeks. No clown face here. I don't have any powder on this brush, but I just like to go over my face with it. Just kind of blend everything together, you know. Then I have an honorable mention. This brush is from Suva Beauty. So if you watch my white liner video, you saw me using those hydro liners. That was from Suva Beauty, and I use their 620 brush to do that liner. I also have the 180 brush, which is holy grail for highlight, y'all. I am like in love with this for highlight. So I have Becca Topaz here, which is like a holy grail highlight for me, and I'm just like lightly dipping in. Just look at that. I mean, the highlighter itself is good, right? We know it's good. So the last thing that I'm gonna do is my lips. All right guys, so the face is complete. I just wet my hair a little bit, so if you see it dripping, that's what it is, just water. But I want to just mention one brush set that I really, really love, and this is from Wet n Wild. Now, these bristles used to be white, and though I've washed them, they're dirty right now, but I've washed them, they didn't get back white, but that's okay. There was a time when you could get this from, I believe, Walgreens for half off. It's originally $40. This set is still available on Wet n Wild's website, so I will link it down below. If you are a beginner, I would say that this is a really good brush set to start with. It's mostly face brushes. You have an all over powder brush. You have an angled brush that you can use for cream contour. You can even use it for powder contour. You have this brush right here, which you can use for under eye powder. It looks very similar to the one from Real Techniques. You have this brush right here, which you could use for foundation. You could even use it for blush, contour again, perfect for contour, like right hair. Highlight, very good for highlight. You have 3 brushes for your eyes. This one is really good as a transition shade. This one you could even use for your lid. You could also use it for your crease. And then this one is really nice and small for your inner tear duct highlight. So that brush set, definitely recommended for beginners. It's like, it's not complete, but I think it's a good place to start and a really good price. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope you learned something about how the brush looks based on, you know, where you would use it and what you would apply with it. Most of the brushes that I showed could work with powder and cream. I really like that the Artiste brushes, I put on my concealer, then I went in with my powder, and I didn't have to do any cleaning in between. It just transitioned, you know, right from cream to powder, from powder to cream. Let me know if you like how the look came out, and if you have any questions, please leave them down below. You can follow me on my social media platforms. It's the.beat on Instagram and the Beat Inc on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe and put your bell on for notifications. And without further ado, thank you so much for watching and have a great night, guys. Bye.